In between rounds, and maybe after, we're playing. I guess we're still technically in the test Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card phase. Or I kind of forgot about this. Kitsune's Technique. This is a 6 mana instant, but it can be cast for 2 mana with Sneak. It says target opponent mills half their library rounded up. That's really powerful. That could be realistically like 20, 24 cards for 2 mana, which is very, very above rate. And you're already pretty set up to just enable this because you're playing eight 1 mana creatures that just can get in there on turn 2 and mill half your opponent's deck. And my general thinking here is that this card allows. I guess one thing is you want to play Wan, so you have a more reliable card to sneak in the technique with, and you're already wanting to play a bunch of Field of Ruins to enable Archive Trap, anyways. And then you can also like rebuy your Wan and replay it, draw cards, which is kind of cool. But I'm kind of thinking that Technique builds so many cards that you just kind of get to play like a little bit of a leaner, meaner version. Like one thing is also Visions of Beyonds gets way better, I think, where Technique just enables it immediately. I think you want to be really in on this card, and I think that the general plan is like resolve a Technique and then just get them with an Archive Trap or Ruin Crabs. I don't think you really need to like play other mill spells to get in there. I think you just I think you just kind of get there with the normal mill stuff. And so I also like was looking at mill mana bases, and I do feel like there's a lot of nonsense in them. Like they play like the 2 mana, each player draws a card land, and then they play I am playing an Oboro, but they usually play an Odawara too. And it's like you're a deck with like 8 crabs. I think you just want to max out on fetch lands, which is so boring. I hate that this is the answer for almost every deck, but you're playing 8 crabs. I think we just max out on fetch lands, and it's kind of what we've done here today. I'll also kind of like really rework the site. We're just trying to be a very lean, clean version of mill. Now, admittedly, I don't have a lot of experience with mill, so maybe this take is just ridiculous. Maybe you need the I don't even know the name of the card. The Soaring City that each player draws a card. You need that card. You need Long Goodbye in the sideboard, but I don't understand how to use these weird cards anyways, so. Just jamming here. And that's okay. We have the hand. It's like it's a different kind of card on the ban list, and so another thing too. Like when the more and more we talk about this stuff, the more and more we talk about this stuff, the more I realize that like a lot of people just kind of think that if a card doesn't like ruin the modern format, if it isn't super duper dominant, if it isn't like just absolutely broken, you can unban it. Or if it's not going to completely warp the modern format, you can unban it. But in my opinion, like you want to unban things that lead to better gameplay. I do think that there are a good number of cards that kind of meet that requirement. I don't think it matters too much which land we play. I'm waiting for your new video. Join the stream after the match. I say as I mill you for 25. Okay, so for Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. So I mill 3 mines. 4 mines. Let's go, baby. People get too focused on having the smallest possible ban list, and it's not. Yeah, I agree. The smallest possible ban list is, in my opinion, a lot less important than having a good balanced format. Okay, my opponent has 11 cards in their deck. All right. I like mill now. Oh no, my mill arc. Okay, we're gonna bring in 4 consigns for 4 fatal push. Also, when it comes to banlist conversations, and part of the reason why they're usually not that productive is there's a lot of agenda posting, a lot of vengeful modern players who so desperately want their deck back. Damping Sphere. I don't think we want Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere for me is a Storm and Titan card mostly. We're a Field of Ruin deck too. I think we're chilling. I'm gonna keep this on the drum. Yeah, I don't. When I'm playing Field of Ruin, I don't care very much. I don't care as much about Damping Sphere. It's an anti-Storm Titan sideboard card for me. It might be okay. Yeah, maybe Needle on Tron is something we want though. I'm willing to think we should have had that. So reveal a Devourer of Destiny, which is my double agent, by the way, exiling some cards from their deck. Is Damping Sphere really that good in the Titan? Here's the funny part is no, although our Titan matchup is really good as is. Maybe it's more for Storm. That's the thing is Damping Sphere is not that good against Titan, but that's also the problem is there are no super good cards against Titan that don't cost less than 3 mana, and 3 mana sideboard cards against Titan are kind of inherently problematic because they're a turn 3 combo deck and sometimes a turn 2 combo deck. We've had this conversation infinite times, of course. But like the good cyber cards cost 3, and you might just be dead by then. That being said, we are inherently really good against Titan, so in this deck specifically, we don't really need to be tripping so much. What about Shadow of Doubt? I think Shadow of Doubt is for me a main deck card or or not really a sideboard card. It's just kind of generically fine instant speed interactive card. Mill Spike. Why have we sunk so low? We did play Mill with the ring one time apparently, but listen, Bucko, there's a new Mill card. Let me have a league. 1 blue enchantment. When second plus land enters on opponent's control, they return land to the hand. You're talking about Confounding Conundrum. When that card first came out, people were sideboard. You're saying that card is good against Titan. Am I interpreting that correctly? Because when that card came out, people did sideboard it against Titan, and it straight up was actively helpful for them. I think that's less true now that they're in on the Scapeshift lines. But when it's not new. It's tested tech that was again, it was actively helpful for the Titan player to be able to bounce their lands to their hands. It's like the scene in Avengers where Thor shoots Iron Man with lightning, and all of a sudden he's like, "Wait, what the hell? I've charged up my suit here." They're gonna do that Mycospawn? Devourer. Okay. Well, a land ends the game. That's a land. All right, +1 viewer. Hopefully. Maybe they have an Emrakul. Back-to-back turn 3 wins. First time was with Technique. GG, well played. GG to you too. I probably want to lead on the sewers here. Neoform is good into Boros and Storm. Yeah, Neoform. Just decks that are a little bit faster. Maybe Goryo's. I don't know if Goryo's is super good against Storm. It's definitely not super bad if you're playing all the Force of Negations. Boros Energy is good against both. I think Storm is favored against Boros. Scepter Chant's a good answer. Is Scepter Chant Control favored against Boros? I would think they're not favored, but maybe I'm wrong. It would be close. No, yeah, Titan's bad against Storm. Format, then that probably is a big changer for the matchup spread. Important though. All right, they went Mountain Ragavan. Interesting. Oh, all right, just guy. I don't know I saw like all Izzet cards. I thought they were just Izzet for a second. Goodbye, my friend. And then they surveil. So you probably want to field and trap, or field, trap, and visions while they're tapped out here, even though they don't play a lot of. We could hold up. Yeah, maybe just hold up a drown and then do that end of turn. They don't really play counter magic. I'm having a little too much fun with this deck right now. I'm a bit worried that this is gonna awaken the mill player that's been inside me all along. think blue-red Murktide with Steel Cutter is still pretty good. People write it off. Yeah, I liked that deck too. Oh, we got no more lies. I did like that deck. Oh, and they're gonna play Ophelia? You seem to have the most fun playing Dimir, just saying. I am a blue gamer at heart, for sure. Lucky that we did a Mill of Flage yet. I could feel something changing inside me. I could feel myself enjoying the mill. You got Ophelia? You're not gonna consign this. Oh, they say oh hey Spike. Oh hey Redman. Alright, I untap, I draw a card. I do want to get to 6 mana for my Kitsune's techniques. I did play pretty poorly around the No More Lies, I guess. We could let that go. Although I guess letting that go is pretty bad against Ephemerate, but I'm kind of interested maybe in countering like a Quantum Riddler instead. So I don't get Riddler ephemerated. I'm okay just taking a little hit here too. I do think that they maybe have a consign, although maybe they were just type into their favorite streamer in the chat. Okay, probably time. Don't think it's time to cycle the visions yet. You think Kinsu is 2 of outside of this test? I don't know. I have no idea. I think you really want to do it turn 2, so I feel like you might just want to play 4. I don't know. I don't often go into a deck and I'm thinking like I'm testing 4 after test and then I don't actually know. Let's just see. I usually just try to keep an open mind and just let the test speak for itself. All right, so it's 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe 17. Big draw step for us. I really do not want to cycle this. You have only 1 island left in my deck? I have a swamp too. They do fetch main phase. Ooh. So I guess I'm going to play around No More Lies and Consign a little bit. I guess I should do this in their upkeep though. They did keep a card on top, so I also want to field the card. So let's go and draw this card. I'm gonna field despite you could save for Crab here, but we do have a Oboro and they kept the card on top, so let's shuffle it. So now they've got 15 cards in their graveyard with a Fable trigger, maybe gonna go up to as many as ding ding ding. So let's see if we just draw another Archive Trap off the draw 3. We did mill a Flage for them though. Maybe this was a mistake. Although my Wan lives and I have Drown. I've got another recall. Shouldn't we have fielded the Steam Vents? My goal is to keep them off Flage, potentially with a more Field of Ruins. So I was thinking going after the red-white land was better. Maybe it was better to go through the Steam Vents. I don't think it matters a lot, especially with the Shaman token out there. I'm gonna go ahead and block the Solitude, just trying to keep my life total padded. Our local mill player's been trying Frog and Mockingbird. I think the Tamiyos are probably better. I didn't have them at first today, but we've added them, and I think they've looked good. I thought you added Tamiyo. Yeah, we have 4 Tamiyo. I'm playing 2 Wands still. 4 Tamiyo, 2 Wan, 8 Crabs. Instep Trap instead. I was prioritizing resolving the visions, but Instep Trap might have just been better because of the whole Flage situation. The Flage situation is crazy. Hard to imagine that flipping the Tamiyo here is not Would you imagine it's not fine here? I'm gonna consign this. Sure. Is Void Mirror a reasonable sideboard card at the moment? Yeah, it's very good against Tron, and Living End is somewhat popular. So pretty standard Drown the Flage and Surgical here. I guess I'll just get Watery Grave since I'm not planning on playing Wan here. Can you escape your whole graveyard? No, you can only escape one, or the number of cards it says to escape. With a Nethergoy, if you can, I think that one is any number of cards. I'll play around No More Lies. Yeah, Void Mirror also fine against Neighbor. Oh wow, that's the last card. Goodbye, goodbye. So they got 3 Riddlers still. 1 Arena of Glory, 1 Felia, 1 Solitude, 1 Wrath the Sky's main deck. Wouldn't it be better to drown in Surgical Flage before milling them, since the Flays drown in Surgical Flage before milling them, since the oh, I guess you're right. Listen, I'm a learning mill player, and I'm awakening something inside me. So they're gonna Solitude my Crab, not the Tamiyo. So we'll block, stay at 8. Although they only have 14 cards in their deck here, so this is not great, not the worst. Alright, then I'm gonna go play Tamiyo. I guess I'll get my swamp out so I can 1 and flip the Tamiyo here. And if they use the reflection to copy the Solitude, I'm gonna get to gain 5 life. With the active Tamiyo, should be okay. They have 7 cards left in the deck. Now 6. They warp a Riddler to go down to 4 cards in their deck. Then they play an Arena of Glory. Am I gonna die? They copy the Riddler to give it haste. 1 card in their deck here. Can they win through this active Tamiyo? I don't know. Maybe they can haste another Riddler. Then that's 6, 7, 8, 9. But I block 1. I think I go to 1 if they haste another Riddler here, and they and if they can't kill the 1 as well. They dash a Ragavan. They have a Ragavan and a Riddler. I think that's enough. They probably do because they drew their deck. Although I don't know if I milled all the Riddlers. There's 1 Riddler here. Okay, there's 2. Looks like I did mill the other 2. So I block a Riddler. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, and I Surgical the Flages. They die to another Riddler. No, they go to 0 cards in deck. They have enough cards. They don't die to another Riddler. So they have 1 card in their deck. I have the ability to minus a Tamiyo. Now, notably, Kitsune's technique rounds up. Rounds up. My opponent says lol. They have an Ephemerate? I don't remember seeing a Bolt when I Surgicaled them. They hit Surgical. Do they? Oh, they hit Surgical on Tamiyo off the Ragavan. I see. That's what they're lolling. I missed that. Well, I mean, I could just get Archive Trap too. They Surgical the Archive Trap. I don't know if they should have paid life here. Yeah, technique is an instant, which isn't the most relevant. Visions. Then Visions doesn't target. It doesn't have the upside that Ancestral Recall does of being able to target your opponent. Oh, they said lol a while ago. Oh, this was just a response to me calling them out by name. Alright, so they Solitude my 1. This is going to be a very funny way to win a game here. It should work. They do nothing and win. They're going to draw 3 cards. They're not going to draw 3 cards. The Riddlers warp away. Alright, I'm going to return Kitsune's Technique to my hand. I'm going to mill half of their library. Their library is currently 1 card. But unlike the card Traumatize, this card Technique rounds up instead of rounding down. 6 mana, mill 1. Wait, is their hand 2 copies of No More Lies? I guess I should have drowned this so I could play like Tamiyo. Okay, it's not. 6 mana, mill 1. Wait, the last card was the 4th Riddler? I misread their graveyard. I might have lost because they just didn't draw the 4th Riddler there. Or I might have won because they didn't draw the 4th Riddler. Let's go. Up a game. Pretty mainboarded. Could also maybe play the Lantern. I think 4 Surgical is a pretty good amount. We could play some Bridges. Bridges are like they have enough answers to it. I don't think it's that good, probably. Yeah, let's just run it back. I don't think I'm going to bring in the Consigns. Yeah, one weird trick. You can have Kitsune's Technique build their whole library. They just only need to have 1 card in their hand. I remember I used to play, a bunch of Commander, and there was one guy who got really annoyed in my playgroup at being milled, and I would play Traumatize in my Lazov deck, so I could traumatize them, and then I could take the best creature, and I would always target him. He would hate to resolve a Traumatize. There's a easy joke there. I guess I won't make, but it was very fun. Good memories. And then eventually, I started playing Orloro over Lazav without playing any white sources in my deck, just because the effect was better than having Lazav as a commander. And then eventually, I built around Orloro more. Hated because he had to counter. It's because he hated getting milled. He hated getting milled, which is valid. But I had like a lot of cool. I had like Gold Colors Bell. I would just tap it, and then maybe someone would mill a creature, and then Lazav would copy it. Well, we have the combo. Let's keep. If they play a Ragavan, I guess we'll push on turn 1 instead, and then we can go Crab, Fetch Land, or we could play Wan if they play Fetch Land pass. I guess we play around Force of Negation. There's not really much reason not to here. I'm okay if they Ephemerate. Though the combo is Ruin Crab plus Technique for the turn 2 Traumatize. The crabs do just play really well with Traumatize because it's like unsummoning them just isn't a big problem. Alright, I guess we'll hold up Fatal Push for Dash to Ragavan. Would love to draw another 1-mana creature. We do have 11 to draw into here. Tamiyo and 7 more crabs. Although we have the 1 at least. So hopefully they tap out and I can just jam the 1. If they don't play anything, I'm going to wait so that I can at least draw a card off the 1. It's just so prudent that this sticks. Especially with the visions in our hand now. Maybe they're gonna play a Felia. If they play Felia, I guess we're gonna make a 3/3. How many crab? We've techniqued off Crab once, off Wan once, off Tamiyo once, I think, this league. So if they Riddler and they want to scam with the Felia, then they have to lose the Felia, otherwise they can target the Wan here. And this does unlock their Flooded Strand. Why did Brutescale combo just fall off the earth? Is Blink the culprit? I mean, Blink is not that popular in Modern anymore. It's it went from at one point the most popular deck to much lower than that. I don't know exactly where I'd rank it, I suppose. They graveyard a Charmal here. Then they consign the trigger. Tough consign. I guess I'm scared of an ephemerate. I think I'm just gonna main phase this. They brought in it seems a reasonable amount of counter magic. So I think Blink is good against Brood Scale, but it's kind of hard to blame the downfall of Brood Scale on Blink because it's just not that popular. I mean, I don't think that Brood Scale is good against Boros. I don't think it's good against Prowess. I think those are also problems for it. I guess I could have Field of Ruins to play around this. Now let's go ahead and surveil. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe just a creature. I think at this point I'm going to cycle the Visions. Alright, I'm just going to play this big enough it can block the Charmaw instead of trying to play a 1-drop. It's going to be kind of interesting to trade or not to trade because I'm at 8, but I do have double field with a 1 in play. But I can also just sit 6-mana Technique maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just block. Let me know if you're blocking here. I think it's pretty close. So the problem is we're probably gonna mill a Flage. I want to at least field this one. You're not blocking. Yeah, maybe that's better. We did mill a Flage here. They have no basics in the yard, so we can't field them off the mountain either. Maybe we'll just go to game 3. I'm trying to. I guess we'll play it out, but I do regret not blocking. I have not block. I'm kind of leaning towards not blocking being better. I was just a little scared, but with double field in play, this kind of tough. Yeah, I don't think we really. I guess we can draw visions. We can draw visions. Oh no, we can't because they're going to go under 20 cards. All right, let's go to game 3. 2 on the play for game 3. Is any card bad? We do have 4 surgical for Flage. Okay, I'm gonna bank on drawing one of those this game. We did surveil one away. Maybe that was just a big mistake. I think you should bring in lanterns if Flage is so good against me. I mean, I have 4 surgicals, so is that not over sideboarding to bring in lantern? And what would you cut for lantern? Because I really like I think every other card in my deck in the matchup. Love that their Ragavans might be bad here. I've not played the Super Shredder K command deck yet. It's we might get to it today. We might not get to it today. Trade 1 surgical for 1 lantern, maybe. Well, I think surgical is better than lantern because it just like says you cannot flage me this game. Ragavan. Yeah, they have a good number of answers to bridge between Ending and Teferi that are like pretty incidental. Could be okay to bring them in. No. I think maybe we're supposed to hold the crab to play around that. I think it's kind of tough to do so. Bridge feels weird when technique can get stuck in my hand. That's not really true because most of our creatures have 0 power, although then they can block, I guess. I'm just gonna fetch now before they respond to the fetch with removal. If they solitude, that's fine, I guess. Well, Leyline of the Void, so everything you mill is gone forever. I think this deck just isn't very good at mulliganing to Leyline. I think the surgicals are fine, y'all. Also, it's a bit awkward with visions of Beyond too. Let's keep that. They pitched a no more lies. So lies are it implies that lies are allowed this game. Lucky for them to incidentally get a Flage in the graveyard in this matchup. So they tapped in a way that they cannot ephemerate the Riddler if they drew ephemerate. But they just consign. It's pretty good. So see if they have another red source for Flage. There is an Arena of Glory in the yard already. Hoping they have a Ragavan, I guess. Well, they don't do anything main phase 1. This version of Mill might have the wrong half of the deck problem. I think this chat might have a let me cook problem. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, you're just drawing the wrong half of the deck. I mean, sure. Alright, Tamiyo down to 1. If they do Flage the Tamiyo, we can push. They do play a Arid Mesa. It's a bit weird to Archive Trap with Tamiyo's +1 being so powerful lately in the meta. Is there any thoughts of Jace Architect of Thought having play? Is it so powerful? It's like kind of fine sometimes. I mean, it's good, but it's like largely good because it's a +2. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna push and then just not Archive Trap, I think. I'm playing Wan. I'm not playing Scheming Symmetry. That card I think is embarrassing. I think we counter this. It's gonna be a tough game to win. I think the main thing I coulda, shoulda done differently would have been to I mean, and Wan is a really good draw here. But I think the main thing we should have done was wait on the crab to play around removal. So we could try to get the visions into a draw 3. Scheming Symmetry is nice with Archive Trap, though. So with Scheming Symmetry, there's a lot of ways to turn this card into an Imperial Seal. And I do not, and with Wan, it's 1 mana Demonic Tutor, and that's good. But beyond that, like I do not think Imperial Seal is good in this deck. Is the thing. Like this is not a deck that I would be interested in playing Imperial Seal in. I don't know how many of those decks exist, but I don't think this is one of them. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, on the play for a new game. Let's have a turn 2. Oh, tempting. Let's mulligan. Interesting. Probably gonna bottom a surgical in the blind. Yeah, we owe 2 to the no ban list challenge. Acolyte with the 6 dead months. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Kind of the problem with surveilling is you don't know how good cards like Fatal Push are going to be. Would Imperial Seal even be that good in Modern? I think it'd see very little play. Maybe Necro would play it. Maybe Coffers would play it. This is Living End. I played the Living End matchup with the Dimir Flash deck in the Hunter Burton, and I was on the play, and I was on the play. I just played Wan on turn 2 on my I think it was their upkeep, or maybe that was main phase because they surveilled turn 1, and it was just game over. It was just totally game over. They revealed a Dismember here, so thankfully this is not Living End. I'm totally okay if they Dismember the 1 and we get a nice, cool, 4 for 1? Oh, yes, yeah, Reanimator would play it. That's true. Be a good Reanimator. Do I wait on the Archive Trap because of Kitsune's technique? I think the answer is just yes. Like, I might, if I cast the traps, I might just let them Oculus, right? And I just will be able to trap again because I have another Field of Ruin. So maybe I'm opening myself at the counter, but this is better with technique and better against Oculus. Just chill. Maybe a little bit worse if I draw the Visions. They def have Endurance. Just in their deck or their hands? So we could try to win the game like right now, but I think it's better to play around Counter Magic by holding up Drown. In the deck? Do they main deck Endurance? I don't think they always did that. I guess they might crack the fetch land anyways. Would Arkham's Astrolabe would be played if unbanned? Yeah, Arkham's Astrolabe is really, really good. That card is great. It is a very good mana fixer. It's a very good Mox Opal enabler. It's very good with Urza. It's very good with Imri. That card rules. Have you ever been Blood Mooned by a 5-color deck before? I don't think that they have any counter magic in their hand, y'all. Die. They force of negation this one? Get that shit out of here, dude. You don't have Endurance in your hand. They force of negation this one. Oh, they did have it. It was in the deck, though. Alright, so what the Lanterns against the Endurances. Maybe less Surgicals. Maybe one Bridge. Bridge is a little weird. I don't think the Surgicals are that good. If you think this meta is bad, the Astrolabe meta was worse. Yeah, the Astrolabe meta was so bad. Although there was a lot of other... There's some other stuff going on in that format. I like that you could like a Tamiyo through your bridge and still sneak your technique. The technique is really powerful, but it definitely is feeling like a higher variance mill deck here. Maybe I should play a crab. I don't think the clues of the Tamiyo matter that much, and my opponent is not very good at killing crabs. They're an amateur crabber. You're an amateur crabber. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, opponent. I don't know anything about your crabbing abilities. And I was wrong to speculate on them. Oh, I milled 2 Endurance? I guess TBD on how good that is, but... Not a bad start. Fun matchup, honestly. So the Coiling Oracle, let's put a Mysterized Village into play. I'm just saying, I'm betting Astrolabe would open up some new decks to the meta. I don't think it would be that good. The card was busted when it was banned, but it's a very different time. I mean, it's this. So LeQuinn, it's like, do you believe that? Do you believe Astrolabe would make gameplay better? And it's fine if you think the answer is yes, but like in my opinion, Astrolabe is like it's a game breaking card. It allows you to build decks that are out of the bounds of Magic deck building. In my opinion, I think it lets you build decks that are just out of bounds. It lets you build 5-color Blood Moon decks. It is like it breaks the color pie in like a really unhealthy way. It's not an amped raptor. It's not a one ring. It's not the kind of broken card that it's not the kind of broken card that is going to just dominate a game because of its power level. But this is my opinion on it. It's totally fine if you don't believe this about the card and you think gameplay is good. But I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on that. I guess I just kind of like having this Oculus in play, huh? Uh, I just don't think that that's what the format is about these days. But I get your point. Yeah, but that's what you're inviting to see play if you unban Arkham's. I agree that's not what the format is about, but that's what you're inviting with Arkham's Astrolabe. So they probably will be able to find another endurance soon, but yeah, another land's fine. So I can try to keep the bridge managed while I flip the Tamiyo next turn. But then whenever the form, yeah. So interesting. My unbanned philosophy is whatever will make Ravager win the PT again. No triple block is a decision. Yeah, modern gamers are not very good at the multi-block. So they're saying that they have a counter spell of some kind as one of their last cards. We're only taking 8 here. I did keep a land on top, which is not great, maybe. I'm not advocating for it to be unbanned. I'm just theorizing it probably wouldn't be good. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. I think like it would see play in like the Emery decks. I think it was also like the thing. One thing with Urza is when Urza got printed, Astrolabe existed, and Astrolabe's existence gave you access to a 1 mana artifact that cycled on ETB, and that does not exist. That still does not exist besides Arkham's Astrolabe. It is the only card in modern's like theoretical card pool that does that. And again, not that that interaction is like so powerful these days that it would be a big deal. Okay, there's 2 endurances in the yard. They might only be playing 3. I'm gonna go to mill them again here. Again, not that that would be like so devastating, but it is interesting that like since then we just have not had. Okay, there's the 4th endurance. Let's go. We have not had another card like this. You can't Saga Fresh. I mean, that's true, but again, there just isn't another card like this. Maybe I should have just played the Tamiyo. It's a little bit risky to flip. Do you think Yawgmoth's Bargain would be too overpowered in Modern? I mean, it was never in the card pool. I think it would be unplayable. I think it would be completely unplayable. It's just 6 mana. 6 mana weak to a lot of stuff. And famously, there's never been a playable 6 mana card in this format. Oh, we have got a 6 mana. I should have attacked first. I'm a fraud. We have a 6 mana card in this deck. Would a 1 mana artifact with no other text other than ETB draw see play in Modern? It would definitely see play as you test it with Urza, because like that effect is just so strong with Urza. But um, I mean it's also good with Kappa Cannoneer, Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, like I think the card would be good. Just 1 mana artifact draw card, especially if you can get off Urza Saga. It would really be great. They have 14 cards in their deck. It's a good draw. They may have a counter spell, but the crabs are going to do most of the work here anyways. They have dispute. I mean, I can pay for dispute. So, am I don't know. I don't even think I'm dead to top deck removal for bridge. Ding ding ding. Why are they not lead on flare? I don't know. All right, 2-1. The technique is looking good. I think. This version it feels a lot cleaner with the lower mana curve. You just technique is almost always good in your opening hand, and you have some like very fast starts, and then it is an awkward top deck, especially with the bridge plan. Maybe we should be moving away from the bridge plan a little bit, but pretty good. Would you play Sphere of Resistance if it was more legal? I mean, I would definitely try it. Sphere is better in theory. One problem with Sphere of Resistance is like all the Boros 1-drops are just worth 2 mana. So it's kind of hard to keep up with them. Trinisphere seems better. Yeah, usually you go for Trinisphere instead for sure. What can you Fiddlebed Meteor Sword into? Sundering Titan, Cityscape Leveler. Prepare for my Kitsune's technique. Any desire to Fiddlebin surveillance camera? Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of on the to-do list. Mill 26. How many darts? 0 darts? 0 darts, huh? Let's go. Tasha seems okay. It's okay. It's also been done, you know what I mean? I'm kind of enjoying this very low to the ground, none of the 3-drop mill card version. It's interesting to me. What do you think of the 100 burn top 8 hammerless? I didn't see it. I'll take a look if you link it, I guess. I went to sleep. Right, I guess we played Tamiyo. They have 23 cards in their deck. Assuming they don't draw any, we mill 12 with the technique. Although they may bolt the Tamiyo. How's my 100 burn tournament? I missed day 2. Beat the Demir Mirror, beat Affinity, beat Sewer Valence, lost to Tron, lost to Living In, beat Storm, lost to Storm. Joy Monger, hope you're stealing all the joy. Thank you for the 39 months. So I guess I'm going to probably end up blocking the Monk token. And then Fatal pushing the Monk token after they flashback Lava Dart. I think baiting the Dart here is pretty dang nice. And then I am going to be taking 7 probably. Hopefully they don't have mutagenic growth. They have Dart. Yep. They just cast it. What's the question? How fun is it playing Demir against Demir? Is it like off the wall crazy, or is the Demir mirror on the wall? I chose to be on the draw for game 2, and my opponent looked at me and said, okay. And then he said, I just want to clarify. This means that you go second, right? I'm like, yes. And then he goes, okay. And I go first, right? And I said, yes. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, and then going into game 3, he goes, I'll be on the play. And then he goes, I also won game 2 because I chose to be on the draw, but anyways. He's like, why do you choose to be on the draw? And I told him, and he's like, okay. And then I don't think I convinced him, but is it worth Is it blocking worth it knowing they have dart? I don't know. Maybe we're taking too much damage, but I like that I could kill the token, set up to do this, force them to stone rain themselves. But yeah, we may be dead anyways. The commentators are very confused. We chose draw. I'm a big believer being on the draw is correct in the Dimir Flash Mirror. I also like keep choosing to be on the draw. I keep winning games because I choose to be on the draw, and I don't know if I've convinced anybody, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I won both sideboard games because I was on the draw. By the way, it's like I mulliganed all 3 games. If I mulligan on the play with any of these hands, it's over. It's over. Yeah, I won game. I won game 3 because I mulligan. Like mulligan on the play is death. It's just death. Like I feel like your win percentage drops like at least 10% if you mulligan on the play, but if you're on the draw and you mulligan, it's just not nearly as bad. After 100 burn, would they change up anything in my 75? I mean, for the 100 burn meta, I would have played less Bowmasters because there is very little Boros. I don't, but for the meta at large, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're just dead to the darts in the yard here. Maybe I got too locked in on the technique. I think being on the draw was correct in the Dimir Mirrors before Bowmaster Kaito became normal. Okay, one thing with Bowmasters, you want to be on the draw against opposing Bowmasters because you want to Bowmaster their Bowmaster. Where's the VOD 100? They have their own Twitch channel. You could look at the VOD. I was on camera round 1. I was the only time. Dead. I guess I should have scooped a little earlier. But look how many cards are in their graveyard. All right. I think I'm gonna cut the surgicals this time. I didn't really like them very much last time. I'm gonna cut the wands and play the bridge and play the explosives in the bridges. Why do we not push the bird last? So I mean, I said this last turn when I did it. It might have been a wrong play because we did end up taking too much damage. But my thinking was I wanted to bait the lava dart flashback to reduce their mana for the following turn. I do think this maybe ended up being wrong. We took 7 damage instead of 3, but we also killed a token. I think we might have just been dead the following turn anyways. No surgical darts. I think the surgical's not even that good against dart because they just flash it back. You know what I mean? Jim Davis nearly top 8 at a PT years ago, choosing to be on the draw nearly every game in Constructed. It was Shards of Alar block Constructed. Interesting. Cut techniques this time. I think I want to keep them in. They're better now because we have the Tamiyos, and it's also the card we're testing. And I think the wands and the surgicals are worse than the techniques are. You do have to mill them, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. For the record, there are 4 Blightning for the massive majority of decks in the event. I'm sure there was a reason. Is that the event that the Seif did the cruel ultimatum thing? Y'all playing around mutagenic growth? I call, I guess. Yeah. Wasn't that one? Oh, sorry. It was really bad to play around mutagenic growth because I need to technique this turn. But we got rewarded. Two darts in the yard. 2 steel cutters? 3 steel cutters. Only 1 left in the deck. Is Mill mostly just watching your opponent think and be confused? So far, that's been the play experience, I feel. -1 life. What tilts more, no lands or no library? Yeah, an excellent question. I miss mental misstep. I'm not saying unban it, but I do miss it when I play a banless modern. That's all. All right, so now I know why they were thinking so much. If they flashback both darts, this is 7 power, which puts me up. I go down to 2. And I'm dead to a bolt. But I can go crab drown up at least. Once missed up on man because it's good gameplay. I just love it. I do love it. I'm probably pretending like it's not great every time I cast it. And by great, I mean just feels so good. Should have just played around that. I don't think we can not technique on turn 2. We mill 2 bolts. There's another one in the yard already. So it's pretty good to know there's only one left, I guess. Was mostly kidding, I see. Okay, obviously I love that they have a fetch land. We should be fine now. Oh, I guess they have to crack the fetch for us to be fine. Oh no. I forgot about Lava Dart. I forgot about Lava Dart. I guess I lose if they have the dart in the yard already. Yeah. I guess there wasn't really a way to play around it though, because I would have had to crack the fetch anyways and still lose to Lava Dart. Prowess matchup seems tough. Those both of our losses this league, right? No, we lost to Jeskai? We lost. I think I'm pretty sure we beat Jeskai. No, we did lose to Jeskai. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I'm tripping. We won game 1 and then we lost the match. Yeah, extirpate would be good. Yeah, maybe we should be playing extirpate. You keep building decks to lose to prowess. Yeah, I mean prowess is good against brews for the most part. Yeah, maybe Vexing Bobble is a bit awkward with the archive traps. It's also like not even that good against prowess, I guess, because they just kind of care about putting a spell on the stack. They don't care very much about resolving it. Yeah, that's probably not good actually. No. If we draw another crab, I guess we're surgically discharge, so we can get the technique through. Well, can't fatal push that right now. So we're looking for one of our 1 mana creatures. Instead, we found a Wan creature. Hard to put back. I think I just have to. It's just so bad this turn. I guess I should have held that also, probably. They usually play like 3 Voice of Victory. I don't think I'm going to surgical one. Did you play Just Guide twice because you beat them? I think that was game 1. I techniqued their last card and I lost the match. Snapcaster Mill's been good. Yeah, maybe Snapcaster's better than Wan. Can see that. In this version especially. Hopefully they play a Flage. Okay. Alright, might be cycling the Visions. I mean, they're not very likely to have another guide in their hand. I also like this card. I think it's pretty good. All right. It's a little early. I do feel we're pretty dead already. It's not a great way to feel. Yeah, you cannot Snapcaster Archive Traps. So there's like a 2 mana. It's like Snapcaster, but it's not a creature. It's just an instant. Sometimes people play that one. I feel like we just can't beat Boros. Bad way to feel. Guess I do this now because of the bombardment. They could have another discharge in their hand. I guess I should surgical that. It's pretty feasible here. All right, I think I'm done milling for now. It's a little early. I just don't want to play mill against Boros, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't want to finish the match. Let's I think I want to save the Super Shredder deck for tomorrow since